Hello, my name's Jason Young. I'm a professional life coach. Now in this video, I'd like to introduce to you my new course, which I'm just about to launch, which is a Change Your Life course. So it's Change Your Life in 2021. Now what that is, guys, is it's literally a one-year course where I'll be personally coaching a selected number of people that want to totally change their life in every different area. Okay, so it's a one-year course all the way through 2021 that will enable you to enter into 2022 with the best life you could ever have imagined. Now, I just want you to give some consideration to people that you maybe know or you've heard of or you've at least read about, where they've had some kind of near-death experience or some significant event in their life, right? That if you think about it, the one common thing that always comes out of these stories is that the people always say there's only one life. They really recognise and appreciate that they only have one life. And from that event onwards, these people tend to live and play their lives full out, right? And they just take their lifestyle to another level because they understand they only have this one life, and they've been there where they nearly lost that. And so yeah, they play full out and experience a much better life than they ever had before. Well guys, just recently, as I'm shooting this video to you now, we're towards the end of 2020 and we have the COVID-19 pandemic. And guys, this is a message to all of us. We start to, again, just like these other people, we start to realise and appreciate how fragile and delicate life is. And during the lockdowns and so forth, we start to realise when a lot of these things, the good things in life are taken away from us, we want them back. We want the normal life that we had before to come back. And so really that's the people that go through these life changes, that's what they feel also. Okay, well, if I get one more chance to go back into life, I'm going to live it so much differently. I'm going to excel, I'm going to expand, I'm going to live and play full out in my life. And that's basically what I'm looking to do for you. So if you're looking to change your life, that's what we'll do. So you can excel, improve, expand on every single aspect of your life, play full out, and live the rest of your life in a way that you never thought was capable of. Okay, now, people always say, okay, change my life, or, there's many things I want to change, but change takes time. And that's true to a degree, like the full process of change does take time. But let me tell you that actually change in itself is initiated very, very quickly. Actually, the click of a finger, the blink of an eye, change actually takes place. And this is because fundamentally change takes place when you make a decision in your mind. Okay? The moment you make that decision, a very serious decision, that is fundamentally when change really takes place. Where people attach a long duration to the process of change is actually the process before the change, which is the suffering and the pain that people go through. When they finally reach a threshold where something in the brain says, okay, that's it, I will accept no more of this, I'll endure no more pain, and then the threshold hits and they make that split decision. As I said, that is the psychological aspect of the change. Now, why do some people change but they don't keep the change? So some people make that psychological decision, right? But they don't carry out the change long enough, or the change doesn't sustain and they revert back to how they were before. Well, that's because for change to really take place and to be sustained over the long run, you need to have not just psychological parts. So you have the pain, the part that you go through that eventually you say, okay, I need to change, I want to change. You have the psychological decision, but then you need to take that change into the physical. So you actually need to make that change actually play out in your daily life. You need to form new behaviours and new habits and physically play those out. So that's part of the reason. If many people try to change, like they try to give up smoking or alcohol, they try to eat better foods, they try to work in new ways, they try to improve their relationships, they want to join a gym and improve and turn around their health, but for whatever reason they fail. And the two main reasons, guys, are that they make a psychological decision but they don't put enough effort, or they don't have the right strategy to carry out the physical implementation of that change. Now the second point that they also miss is accountability. So whenever you're carrying out these strategies and going through these change processes, you need to have the discipline and accountability in place. Now, not everybody's built that way. Everybody's wired differently, right? I'm very lucky that I'm very organised, I'm very disciplined, I've always been that way. And sure, I have good days and bad days. Some days I'm lazy, for sure. But luckily I'm on the right side of the line, and that's what's really enabled me to be able to achieve the many things that I have achieved in my life. But as I said, not everybody's wired that way, guys, and so very often that's why people are also relapsed, because they don't have the discipline and accountability to carry on that physical change. So part of this course, that's what I will be delivering to you. So, what most coaches will deliver to you are strategies, insights, feedback, and then, as we say in England, a good kick up the arse. They'll be pushing you to get things done and holding you accountable, because you have to be accountable to what you need to do, okay? And very often people, as I said, find that very difficult to hold on their own. So when you have a coach holding you accountable, making sure you stay on the right track, things become much, much easier. Now, another part of what I do in this course, many coaches in modern day coaching, coaches generally, they're trained to look at where you are now and look at where you want to go, and basically you devise a strategy or a roadmap, if you like, of how to get there, and then the coach will help you along the way with those strategies, and as we said, they'll provide different insights, different feedback, maybe some brainstorming with you, and then the accountability to make sure you stay on track and hopefully achieve that transition. What I want to get over to you now is that, for those of you that don't know, I started this business many years ago, and back then coaching was really referred to as therapy. It was an alternative form of therapy. And so in the training that I did and the experience that I gained in those times, a lot of my work beforehand was therapeutic. And so we were actually looking at people's past, we were looking at people's pains, people's traumas, okay? And I still believe that that's a fundamental part of any type of change, because another thing that handicaps and restricts people from achieving what they need to achieve, making the changes they need to make, are actually previous pains and traumas that are holding them back. So the benefit that you get with me is that with my coaching, I have all of the past history, the training, all of the experience I have from before, which I now integrate into modern day coaching. So and people often ask me, okay, I've heard about your life-changing course. What do you actually work on? Can you explain to me the specific areas that you look at and work on with your clients? So, okay, fine. So I'll go through them with you now, actually. So the first thing we look at is actually just that, is previous pain. That's what I refer to it as. So I look at what previous pain you've had and the traumas that you may have suffered in the past, and then we start to do a deep dive on those to realise what traumas and issues have you had in the past which are still with you now, which you're still carrying with you and are disabling you. restricting you from going ahead and achieving what you want to achieve. Now, very often these traumas are there and they present themselves as procrastination or even self-sabotage to achieving the goals and aspirations that you have. So previous pain is one thing that we look at quite closely. And then the other areas are more of the surface areas that we look at. The first one is relationships. So relationships could be with your spouse or your partner, your family, which could be your children, your parents, even aunts, uncles, brothers and sisters. Also then of course you have work, so you have colleagues and friends and people like that. All of these are relationships, guys, and relationships are really important because it's been said that the quality of your relationships is actually a good indicator of the quality of your life. So the better quality, the better condition your relationships, for sure the better quality and condition of your life. Okay, the second one is actually career. So we've just talked about, okay, the relationship where you have with people at work, but we look at career, the career itself. So, you know, what is your career? Maybe you have a chosen career. Maybe you're a mother. That's your chosen path, right? You want to be a full-time mum. Maybe you are an executive in a big company. Maybe you want to have a career change. Maybe you want to leave a company and start your own business. Maybe you have your own business, but you know that you can take it to another level if only you had the right coaching, if only you had someone else to support you and push you through that change. So the career is another aspect that we look at. And then, again, attached to career, we have the subject of money. Now, we can't get away from the fact that money is another huge player in the quality of our life, right? So, obviously, the more money you have, I'm a firm believer. I don't believe that money is the root to all evil. I don't believe that money is a bad thing. You know, money is a good thing, guys. Money itself can provide many other things. So, fundamentally, what money initially provides to all of us is some level of security. And security is like building a house, right? If you have the right money to provide the adequate foundation, then from that you can go on to build other things, and all areas of your life, new opportunities are open and you can do more for yourself, your family and other people, and generally that also enhances the quality that you feel in your life. So in money, we look at also your history with money. What issues have you had with money before? What is your psychological relationship with money? What current issues do you have with money? How can we fix them? What can we do to improve your current situation with money? And how can we plan ahead to have a better financial future for both you, your family, your work, whatever? And last, and by no means least, is the subject of health. So, you know, it's been said, guys, a cliche saying that if you don't have health, then you don't have anything. And certainly, I mean, actually, let's think about it, right? All of these things that I'm talking to you about now are all interrelated. A bit like, let's use my hand, right? So we have the one hand and we have all of these fingers and thumb. Let's use the thumb as the previous pain. Okay, so we have previous pain. Now the previous pain that you have suffered, and if you're still carrying, will have an adverse effect on your relationships. Okay? It may also have an adverse effect on your career. Now your relationships will also have an adverse effect on your career. Your career and your relationships, therefore, will also have an adverse effect on your money situation. And your money situation could also have an effect on whether you can start your own business, so that goes back into career. And the quality of your life really depends on how much money you have also. So money can also have an influence on the quality of your relationships, right? Also, we can look at your career and your relationships, and also the money. All of them can have an influence on your health situation. Previous pain can also have a large influence on your health situation, and vice versa. Your health situation can also affect your ability and the amount of money that you can earn. It can affect your career. It can also affect your relationships, right? So, although, it's what I always say to people, is like, even if you come for coaching, just for one of these are the main things that people generally come to coaching for, right? Any of these. But what people always find, what my clients find, is it doesn't matter what you work on. When you start to improve and really repair, enhance, and expand any of these areas of your life in a positive way, actually the other areas start to be affected as a response of that. Okay, so it's really, really good that, again, you can't move. If you move one of these fingers, you can't help but have at least a twitch in one or two of the others. So all of these things, guys, are totally interconnected, they're totally interrelated, and they're all relevant to each other. Now, where we start to talk about this 1 year course, right? So just imagine if, let's take money, okay? Imagine if we were to improve and increase the amount of money that you earn just 1% per week, okay? 1% per week, it sounds reasonable, right? It's not one of these get-rich-quick schemes where it's like they double your money in 30 days, or it's not one of the health things of half your weight in 90 days. It's not one of those. A very reasonable figure that we can improve your money situation just 1% a week. Now, a challenge for any of you that are mathematicians out there. What's the math? 1% a week. If 1% every week of the year, after 1 year, using the laws of compounded interest, what is the exact percentage improvement and increase we have on the money after working and focusing just 1 year in that area? Now, I won't spoil it for you, but for the sake of the rest of us, what I can tell you is it's over 60%. Now, imagine if I came to you with a business deal and said, okay, I have this business deal, you can put the money in, and in 1 year from now, just 1 year from now, I will give you a return on your investment of 60-something%. What would you say? I mean, I know for me, 60%, especially now, 60% return in 1 year, that's a very good return on investment, guys. And sure, many of you, most of you would jump at that chance. But guys, why not invest in yourself? There's nothing more precious, nothing more that deserves the investment than your own self. So just imagine if you've invested and you're getting a 60% return on yourself. So remember, in this 1 year course, we're not just focusing on one area. We're focusing on every single area of your life. So imagine in 1 year from now, you have a 60% return on each and every one of those areas in your life. And remember, they're all interrelated, so they all enhance and exaggerate the improvement of each other anyway. Okay, so that's what the 1 year course is, guys. So in a nutshell, we look at each of those points, so previous pain, relationships, career, money, and health. And then also, once we've looked at all of those and we start to increase and improve those, we also then look at the normal coaching model of where do you want to go? Where do you want your life to go next? So again, we know where you are, you start to improve, we start to repair, we start to replenish, but where do you want to go? We start to set new goals. And guys, what I can tell you is that when you start to change, when you start to feel your body, your mind, your emotions, your whole life start to change, your thinking starts to change, and the types of goals, the creativity, the opportunities, the possibilities that you start to have are wider, much more than you had when you first start the course. So we start to set new goals, things that take your life to another level, just both for you, your family, and all of those around you. And then we start to pull out a plan, a strategy, and we work towards making sure that you reach those goals. Okay, so that's fundamentally what this course is. Like I said, my coaching approach is a complete integration of old coaching with some therapy in there and the new modern day coaching. So I make sure that no stone is left unturned. We make sure we look at the past, we repair any issues that we have so that we clear the way. There's nothing interfering, procrastinating, obstructing or disabling us from going where we want to go. We get a straight track through. Okay, so guys, thank you for listening to this video. I hope that this sounds exciting to you. I can't emphasize enough that just 1 year investment, and remember guys, this is just 1 year from the rest of your life, okay? Sometimes people think 1 year is a long time. It's not. There's a lot of things to go through here, a lot of work to do, and 1 year is not a long time. And if you look at it from an investment perspective, it's just 1 year of the rest of your life. Okay, 1 year investment to get that return on the rest of your life. Now also we talked about the 60% return in 1 year, right? It's not too much longer you have to go before you get to 100%. So during the course, you learn lots of strategies, skills, techniques. You change the way that you approach things, you change the way you do things. And so with me or without me, after 1 year, you can continue this process and keep going and going and going. And as I said, it doesn't take much longer. You can work it out again, the mathematicians that are among you. It doesn't take much time before you've doubled your return. Okay, so you've doubled all of these areas of your life and taken your life to an area, a level that you just thought was impossible before. So guys, I said, let's end the video here. I've rambled on long enough. If this is exciting for you, I really plead you, make a decision now. If you feel something inside you telling you this is for me, it's time to change my life, maybe this is something that I need to do, I feel good about working with Jason, then do what you need to do, get in touch. Let's have the initial consultation, and in the initial consultation we'll be able to go through some of these points, we'll be able to talk a little bit together, I understand a little bit more about you, you tell me why do you want to make this change, and you can get to know me a little bit more, a little bit better. You can ask me any questions and queries that you may have, and I can answer them for you. And then you decide whether it's something that you actually want to go ahead with and enroll on for the 2021 course. Okay, now guys, as I said, it's a lot of work. I can't do this for many people. There is a select number of people, a limited number of places for the 2021 course. So I hope that you've taken all of this on board. I hope that this is something that resonates with you, and I hope that I'll be seeing you soon and hearing from you to book up that initial consultation. Okay, so thanks for listening guys. Take care. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.